Welcome to our service today, and thank you for attending the last Sunday service of 2019. My name is Rosalie May. Service will begin now with the ringing of the kanshou, followed directly by the chanting of the Junirai on page 67. That's the Junirai on page 67.
面前延長女漫画以降有女千日月少女天空しら子が将来見出そう観音頂戴観知師主十名相法相語のぶくげどふまけ馬が将来見出そう無微無空後症状習得経験予告少佐利益徳自在子が将来見出そう実法名門菩薩衆無量小魔女三段一生死上願力中子が将来見出そう根体法見知症受前言少女名大座お膝上女仙の子が将来見出そう実法将来勝負し権限人図し安楽戦後尊厳上業子が将来見出そう小無常無我と薬尿水学でよろ修世法無明寺子が将来見出そう非尊不説無悪名薬無尿に悪道不主任死心拒否尊子が将来見出そう非尊無量法勉強無所主悪知識お上不体死亡大子が将来見出そうが説非尊苦毒事修善無変妙海水小逆前言小上者衛生修上小非 Namo Amida Butsu, 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 Namanta, 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 Namanta.
Please stand for the singing of Namo Amida Butsu 1, found on page 96 of the White Gatha book. Please remain standing And turn to page 10 in your purple service book for the reading of the threefold refuge. The threefold refuge. Difficult is it to receive a human form. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the Dharma of the Buddha. Now we hear it. If we do not cross over to the truth in the present life, in what life shall we cross over? Let us, with sincerity and true reverence, take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. May we, together with all sentient beings, awaken to the great way of enlightenment and to the unsurpassed intent of Amida Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we, together with all sentient beings, enter the storehouse of the Dharma, becoming like the wisdom ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. May we, together with all sentient beings, become units in true accord, in harmony with all things. The peerless, profound, and wondrous Dharma is rare to encounter, even in many hundreds and thousands of kalpas. Now we are privileged to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Abu, Namanda Abu, Namanda. Please be seated. Reverend Irene Goto will now introduce today's guest minister.
It is an honor this morning to introduce our guest speaker. Reverend Kusunoki has asked me to introduce him by way of an article published in the Nenju News. For the past 3 years, Reverend Aoki, Reverend Tatsuya Aoki, Bishop of the Jodo Shinshu Temple of Canada, has been studying to achieve the ranking of academic scholar granted by Nishi Honganji. On June 6, 2019, at the Mother Temple, Nishi Honganji, Kyoto, he successfully completed the final examination to achieving this ranking. For years, he had spent extra hours over and above his temple and bishop duties to study and further his knowledge of Buddhist and Jodo Shinshu doctrine. Initially, he was awarded a professional development grant from the Living Dharma Center of Jodo Shinshu Buddhist Temples of Canada. Following 3 years of study and passing his examinations, he was conferred the title of Specialized Lecturer, Fukyoshi, in 2013. Having graduated from a Honganji-affiliated graduate school, for the next level, he was exempted from more study course requirements, which consists of 2 sets of examinations. He qualified directly for Denshi examination. For this process, a candidate is required to fully memorize a text of 150 pages containing 17 chapters of doctrinal subjects known as Anjin Rondai in Japanese. On the day of the Denshi examination, the Gomonchu, head minister of Nishi Honganji, chooses a subject which is announced immediately prior to the examination. The candidates are given a blank exam paper and allowed 30 minutes to write by memory the exact contents of the chosen chapter. An oral examination in the presence of 3 doctrinal special scholars followed the written examination, and each candidate was asked to explain in depth topics on Jodo Shinshu doctrine. Reverend Aoki recounted that after the long morning of examinations, later that day, the participants anxiously awaited the announcement of the examination results. He had passed. Reverend Aoki is now officially conferred the distinction of Hokkyo, the second highest status achievable by the academician himself. Many of them take teaching posts at the Jodo Shinshu Buddhist seminaries. In the Buddhist churches of America, only 4 ministers of the current 43 resident ministers currently hold a similar distinction. In Hawaii, there's only 1 of a total of 27 ministers with this qualification. In Canada, the last minister with this qualification was Reverend Kyojo Ikuta, who passed away in 2014. Congratulations to Reverend Aoki for achieving, with hard work and dedication, this very worthy distinction. I would like to now invite Reverend Aoki to deliver us with his Dharma message. Thank you, Sensei.
Thank you. Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for that very detailed and the latest background of my study. I'd like to welcome everyone attending Sunday service at this beautiful, beautiful Seattle Betsuin temple. I serve Vancouver Buddhist temple, just a couple hours driving up north. And today we don't have Sunday service because for ministers, we have the bell ringing on December 31st. Actually, I have 2 bell ringing in Vancouver. And January 1st, of course, we have New Year's service. So we thought, after Christmas and before the bell ringing, we should cancel the Sunday service. So I am a father of 3 daughters. Some sensei referred me as a perfect retirement plan, having 3 daughters. And I was going to take 2 daughters, older daughters with me, but one was catching cold. He couldn't make it. I have a second daughter with me. We came here yesterday. And around this time of the year, I give the Dharma talk about Dana, like giving. The family, the Christmas time, winter holidays, all the shopping malls are busy. Even after Christmas, all the shopping malls are still busy for the Boxing Day sales. It started, actually, I should say, from the Black Friday in November. But, after, it was in Vancouver, after we finished family memorial service. I don't remember, it was 7th year memorial service or 13th year memorial service of one family member who passed away. So we had a family memorial service at Buddhist temple. Then we went to eat dinner together at a Chinese restaurant. And the Chinese restaurant has the round table. I was sitting with 9 other family members, and we naturally started to check our Fitbit, and surprisingly, to 10 people sitting the table, I would say 4 people were wearing the Fitbit, including myself. And I see more population of, it doesn't have to be this particular Fitbit, it can be any wearable that can count how many steps we walk, it measures the heart rate beat. And I see this as a very popular gift from children to Oji-chan or Oba-chan because they want them to keep exercise. So we started to talk about, what's your Fitbit? And I liked when it came out 3 years ago. I particularly like this Fitbit because it monitors my heart rate. So I go to the gym fairly regularly. I try to go 3 days a week. And when I'm on the treadmill, I'm on bicycle, I can monitor my heart rate to effectively burn my fat. So I don't want to go too fast, I don't want to be too slow, and I'm just measuring, and it tells how much calories I burn, and even it has 2 minutes guided meditation with this watch. Yeah, some people are nodding, so you know what this is like. But when I talked about the Fitbit. I think this watch, I think this is like a Dharma. Yeah. I think this is Dharma. Because just by wearing this Fitbit, I don't lose my weight. I don't get my exercise done. It tells how many steps, if I'm targeting for the 10,000 steps, and if I'm 2,000 steps short, I can just go like 20 minutes walking outside, or I can go for a shopping mall to achieve 10,000 steps. I have to work on it. I have to do it. Just by wearing this, I don't lose my weight. So the Dharma itself it's a guide. So when you receive the Dharma with many senseis every Sunday, every time, you have to work on it. All the studies I spent for past, especially 3 years, it's just intellectual understanding as well as memorization. But Buddhism is not about the intellectual understanding, and it is not about the memorization. When you hear something like, every day we are living every day, we cannot take it for granted, we should live with gratitude. Are we living really? In Christmas, before Christmas, including myself, we all, I'm sure, went for shopping, for buying a gift. If I buy a gift for my wife, I don't buy a gift that I want for my wife. Everyone buys a gift, or everyone is thinking about something else, someone else. And I think that is really Buddhistic time. But on that December 26th, I didn't really participate Boxing Day shopping for past 8 years. I used to line up for the Best Buy and get some bigger TV and upgrade my computer. But everything can be done online nowadays. And Boxing Day shopping is started even before Boxing Day, like pre-Boxing Day sale. So some of my excitement was gone. Yeah, I can just stay in my room, quick, check my credit card, and the item will be delivered. But this year, we have new family members. We have 2 birds. We have 2 budgies. Yeah, so we go to buy the bird food every month, and the pet shop store called the PetSmart. I think it's in Canada. So the pet shop PetSmart, first 30 customers on December 26th, first 30 customers get $20 gift card. Door opens at 7 o'clock. And I said, Yukari, look at this. We should go to line up for this. It's 7 o'clock. And Yukari said, no, I'm busy with the cooking on the 25th. And no, if you want to go, you go along. But on the 26th, Yukari, my wife, I think, it's 5:30. I went to her room and we should go. And she said, oh, okay. So we went there, door opened at 7 o'clock, we get there at 6 o'clock, and there was only one person lining up. And I said, Yukari, I think we will get it. But it was -5 degrees. And one person standing, lining up for the PetSmart. I saw 5, 6 cars in the parking lot, and the people in there. So I said, people must be waiting in the cars. We don't want to line up with the -5 degrees, 5 degrees below. We still have an hour to go, so we should stay. So we stayed and we chatted, but 6:45, I decided I'm going to join, I'm going to line up. And when I stepped out from a car, all those 10 people, they came from. My wife still stayed in the car. She joined 5 minutes before. She counted and she said, I could still make it. It was less than 30 people. So we got gift cards, but after all, we talked about this. We woke up early in the morning, line up for the $20 gift card, and we talked about in Buddhism, don't be greedy. We have to appreciate and share everything what we have. But 25th, we are so family oriented. The time of giving, to be sharing our time. But on the 26th, oh wow, it's really Buddhistic 2 days. And in Buddhism, that's okay. That's okay. And we recited the threefold refuge on page 10. And again, it's not in Buddhism, it's not the point of memorization. It's about the practice. And every time I read the threefold refuge, first line, to me, it explains everything about Buddhism. What does it say? Difficult. It is it to become, to receive human form. And now we are living it. It doesn't say, it's easy to born into human life and we are able to enjoy it. It doesn't say that. It's difficult. It is rare to born into human form. And now we are living it. It is difficult to be born into where you are today. How much we take this simplicity for granted. Just like Fitbit, listening to the Dharma, doesn't matter how hard we study, unless we practice. Buddhism doesn't so much meaning to our own life. Coming to Sunday service is great, but real practice we have to constantly continue. In Jodo Shinshu, very simple teaching is gratitude. Arigato. Very simple. One of Vancouver Buddhist Temple's elderly member, 96 years old, passed away 10 years ago, but I still remember when I visited him every month, he greeted me as, "Oh, Sensei, yokita ne, welcome, Sensei, thank you for coming." And he always said, "Mada ikiteru yo, Sensei, I was able to wake up this morning and I'm so grateful." And I thought, that's very simple. Are we living the life that way? For him, at the age of 96 years old, there's no guarantee for him to wake up in the morning. Every morning is a precious gift for him. In the morning, I wake up, I woke my second daughter up. "Sakura, we wake up. We should go to the Seattle Buddhist Temple because I have to give a Dharma talk." There's no single moment of gratitude. So, in Buddhism, just like Fitbit, it's just a reminder of how we are living and how we can live. Each one of us have to work on it. So at the closing, please join me in Gassho. And I'm going to recite the threefold refuge. Difficult it to receive a human form. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the Dharma of the Buddha. Now we hear it. If we do not cross over the truth in the present life, in what life shall we cross over? Let us, with sincerity and true reverence, take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you, and please thoroughly enjoy the rest of Sunday. This Sunday, 2019 will never come back to our own.
Thank you so much, Bishop Aoki, for sharing your wisdom with us. Please stand for the Gatha Sing Namo Amida Butsu, found on page 134 in your Gatha book. Please be seated and join me in Gasho for words from the Tani Sho. But with a foolish being full of blind passions in this fleeting world, this burning house, all matters without exception are empty and false, totally without truth and sincerity. The Nembutsu alone is true and real. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you to those who have joined us on the internet. Please join us again next week and have a good day. This concludes the live streaming portion of our service.